Picture this. After a long day of staying home and watching your 3 children, you wait for your husband to come home, but he never does. He ends up spending that night in prison instead. Turns out he got wrongfully arrested for a crime he did not commit, all because he is a powerless black man of Macomb County. This is exactly what happened to Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, and exactly what I promised to avoid as mayor of Macomb. You really want a mayor that lets black people get pushed around and accused of crimes that they did not commit? Go.
Guilty!
Macomb County is a peaceful town full of family and friends. As a longtime father and citizen of Macomb, I have learned many life lessons. One very important one is that the one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. This is a lesson that the current mayor of Macomb needs to learn. This is why I should be elected as the new mayor. My conscience cannot be swayed by a majority. My morals will forever stand as they are, no matter who disagrees or protests.
Yeah.
As the judge of Macomb, I have witnessed many liars in my time, and I know what an honest man looks like. And Atticus Finch is one of the few in this town. He felt morally obligated to defend Tom Robinson, regardless of the community's opinion. Given the fact that Atticus is an honorable man and he's committed to doing the right thing, which was defending Tom and everybody who's a minority, he talks about what real courage is. Instead of getting the idea that courage is a man with a gun in his hand, it's when you know you've licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. You rarely win, but sometimes you do. And if those aren't the words of a wise man, then I don't know what are.
If you, or somebody you know, has ever been racially discriminated against unjustly, then why vote for the mayor who allows this kind of behavior? I think the best way to clear the air is to have it all out in the open, and that's definitely not what the current mayor thinks. Although I know that not all white people agree with my actions towards equality, like defending Tom Robinson, for example, every person in this town should be treated with the exact same respect.
Atticus Finch is a man of integrity without prejudice. He's a mature, rational man, which is what the people of Macomb need. His demeanor in the courtroom exemplifies his fairness and understanding. He is one of the few people in the town who can handle both black and white citizens fairly. In fact, Atticus is probably the only man in town who can defend Tom Robinson on the basis of justice alone, not allowing anything about Tom to prejudice him. This fairness is what makes a great mayor, and why I am voting for him, and so should you.
Okay, go. Although I know that removing all prejudices in Macomb is impossible, if I am elected mayor, I promise I will take steps towards achieving equality. I would also make a great mayor because of my political experience. After years of being a lawyer, I have learned that innocence is subjective, and the main factor is race, not guilt. A problem that I will attempt to weed out of our unjust justice system. I have historical roots that extend far back in the time in the area. As one of my ancestors, Simon Finch, settled in the area before it even became known as Macomb. I'm connected to this town as I am connected to all of you. As mayor of Macomb, I promise to treat everyone with the exact same respect, whether you allegedly stabbed your dad in the leg with a pair of scissors, or you're somebody of a different race. Always remember, it's a sin to kill a mockingbird, but it's not a sin to vote for me, Atticus Finch. I approve this message.